All right, here we are again playing some MX Simulator, MXS Online play with Jeremy and Kellen here on Start Your Systems. And I believe we're about to load into Bud's Creek.
No, it's
Nope,
Muddy
we're
Creek. I
Muddy
forgot
Creek.
that Bud's Creek was a little later on in the year.
Damn, we've got a nice little 7 or so rider gate going here.
Yeah, this should be fun. I actually don't even know if I've played this track.
This version of this track, huh?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I
this-
played the 2013, but I believe that MX181 or Corey Boddington, right? Is that him?
Right.
I believe he made this track.
Yeah. Man, I'm kind of lagging right now.
Yeah, I got a little bit
Apologize.
of a lag coming. Yeah, man, I forgot to switch setups again, so Supercross setup again.
Man, this track is way bumpier than I remember it being.
Well, you're in a Supercross setup, aren't you?
Yeah, well, but I mean, like, even the look of it looks bumpier. I just OJ'd the crap out
I
of
just
this
landed
table.
exactly where you did. I like this MXS online play, man. We're so even at the game now.
Oh, I missed that line. I don't remember how far we're supposed to jump on this triple.
Oh, I launched it. Oh no! All right, don't click fifth gear next time. I got it.
I think I was in fourth. I'm not sure.
I'm running a -2-0 gearing, so. Oh boy, I'm landing on this, bro. No, I'm not.
I'm running
Oh
negative
boy,
2-2.
you better get that, man. I just had the sickest pass ever. Actually, it wasn't even that sick because he's on a 250, but still.
Oh, that corner is tight as dicks.
I don't know any other lines because, like I said, I don't even think I've played this track.
I don't remember how I did on this track, but I certainly don't think I'm remembering the lines too well right now. We're about to get straight up passed.
Nah, man, I've got it covered. Team tactics over here.
It's team tactics. Man, did you see that whole thing this morning?
No, I didn't. I haven't been on the
Freaking-
forums or anything.
Well, you remember how last night that Wilcox gave Dennis the spot
Yeah.
in the main? Well, the freaking, whatchamacallit, the forum thread about the Supercross series blew up because, like, I think it was Craig said, like, oh, that's such BS that they do that and team tactics and blah, 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 blah. And then all these people jumped on board and were like, yeah, man, fuck Barry. Like, they're terrible for doing that. And I lost so much respect for all these people. It's like, huh?
I was actually in that chat when that all went down because I was spotting for John. And Wilcox offered it. Like, Dennis was just going to be fine with a fourth being 2 points down or whatever it was going to be. And then out of nowhere, Wilcox is like, hey, Dennis, I'll give you the spot. And then he slowed down. So it wasn't like Dennis was saying, oh, you better give me the spot. Or it wasn't like one of the Barry brothers were like, oh, you better give him the spot. Because Wilcox isn't even in the championship because of what happened to him at A1.
Right.
And so it was just kind of like a friendly gesture, you know, being the same team. And it kind of worked out that way. But
Yeah,
I can see why people are upset about it because, you know, I don't think anybody would enjoy being screwed out of a championship because of a teammate or because the other person's teammate helped him out.
Right.
But at the same
Well, like,
time, it's really early in the season, so anything can still happen. So, I don't know. I feel like people are overreacting way too quickly.
Yeah, I made like a rage post on the forums about it and like kind of said like my 2 cents about it. Like the way I look at it is like, look, like I don't really like it either. The whole team tactics thing is like, it's kind of sketchy. It's not like my favorite thing by any stretch of the imagination. But the people that were complaining about it, and I'm not going to like specifically name names, although, you know, like I said, Craig was kind of the one who started it, have been like guilty as can be of doing like the same thing before, you know, like it's not like they aren't guilty of telling their, you know, teammates to like, oh, go take him out because I don't like him, or go do this because that, you know, like, yeah, sure, this kind of has championship implications, but I mean, it happens all the time in sim. How can you be so hypocritical about it, you know?
Right, yeah, I've been on the receiving end of that many times. Like, oh, take Hinders out because I don't like him, or he took me out, or he passed me, or whatever. Or like,
Right.
even I'm like to a teammate sometimes, hey, take that guy out, or just joking around because But with I see where people are upset because of the championship. But like I said, it's really early, so anything can still happen. Who knows if Dade's going to be able to make the rest of the main events? Who knows if Dennis is going to show up? You know, I mean, obviously, I think
Right.
they both will because of them being in the championship. But it's not even like Dennis kept the points lead because of it, because they're tied now.
Right. I don't know. I just like it's just frustrating when you have these people that complain about things repeatedly and yet are just guilty of it themselves, you know? Like, come on.
Yeah, and I don't want to get the misconception that I'm being biased because I'm on Barry, because that's not the case at all. I had no idea it was coming, and then it kind of just happened. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter to me because, I have no say in that matter because I'm not running West. I'm not, I'm barely around anyways, so.
Right, and I think people probably will look at it, the same thing for me too. Like, I'm not really on Barry, although they list me as a team ambassador, but like, like regardless of whether it was Barry or Motorsport or they're saying like if it was JCR, like people would be bitching way more, and I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter who it is. Like the thing that happened, yeah, it sucks that it happened. Like I don't necessarily like it either, but it happened. Like it's sim. Like everybody does that kind of garbage to everybody. Like I just learned to deal with it eventually, and these people need to as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people take sim way too seriously, and I've
Yeah.
fallen victim to that too. But like you said, as of now, it's just kind of like whatever, like brush it off your shoulder.
No kidding.
This game's
I
supposed
mean,
to be
if
fun. It's a video game for a reason.
really the only person that I think has any like right to be mad in this situation is Dade, because he's the one that ultimately, if he loses the title by 2 points or 1 point or whatever, is looking back at this and saying, well, if Wilcox had just raced to the finish or if they weren't on the same team or whatever. But I haven't heard Dade say a word, and even if he did, that doesn't give other people the right to like jump in and say like, oh well, Dade said this, so we all hate Dennis and Wilcox because Dade said this.
Right. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are kind of acting out that shouldn't be. Because like you said, the only one that should be mad is Dade. And like you said, I haven't heard anything from him or about him being mad about it or anything.
But who knows? I mean, this video is going to come out to, the week after A2, right before Oakland. So who knows? Maybe something will have totally changed by then and whatever. But I guess we're just ranting about current events at this point.
Right, yeah, we're kind of making this video ahead of time just to pound them out. But, yeah, I bet you most people forget about it before next week.
I do too. I think it's still going to be a good title fight. Like Dade definitely showed last night that he's means business. Came out and won that thing from 5th. So.
Right, yeah, he was very, very consistent on that from the track release on. I was keeping tabs on him throughout the main event last night, and he was running consistent 59s on a 250. So,
Yeah.
some of the 450 guys in the main event didn't even run a 59. I barely
Yeah.
did, and for him to do that on a 250 consistently, I mean, obviously, he's very consistent, and he means
Right.
business because of it. Also, last year, we were talking about this last night. It's really cool to see somebody step up every year. Like last year it was Hunter, and this year it's Dade. Like nobody saw.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody really saw Dade to be a contender for the West title this year. I mean, obviously I wasn't around during the off season, so I don't know if he's won some off season races or whatever. But I do know that he kind of came in the end of the Supercross season last year, and he had some good rides, but I don't know if he had great rides.
Right. Yeah. Well, I agree with you there though. Like I knew Dade was going to be fast, but I kind of just thought it was going to be a Fjellberg walk away. But who knows? Maybe next week things will change and we'll be talking about something different in a few weeks' time when this video comes out. So who knows?
Yeah, the 450 championship got a little bit tighter with the Leclerc not showing up.
Yeah.
And Smith having, I mean, not a bad race by any means, but I believe he was outside the podium.
Right. Yeah, 450 is definitely interesting too. That's so funny that Leclerc didn't show up. And he was like, "Oh, I thought the races were this day."
Is that what he said? Did anybody?
Yeah, he thought the races were on Thursday because this
yeah,
was different.
Okay,
anyway.
because New Year's Eve was last week, and they pushed it to New
Yeah.
Year's Day. Yeah, I was kind of confused about that as well.
Right. Well, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up since we've just finished our second race. But any last words, Henners, before we say goodbye?
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I had a lot of fun playing sim with my good buddy. I feel like this could be a cool series, you know, just kind of a random series, just kind of a get together, just talk about whatever's on our mind. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoy the video.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks again for joining us, guys. Be sure to check out Start Your Systems YouTube and check around, and be sure to subscribe and like us and follow us on Twitter, and check out SYS TV and all sorts of other things. We'll be having more MXS Online plays in the future, so subscribe to our playlist, and yeah, we'll see you guys around. But for now, let's stop.